Good afternoon, I'm Sangeeta Kandola. NHS England's National Medical Director has warned of unparalleled levels of disruption when junior doctors walk out from Tuesday. It's thought as many as 250,000 appointments and operations could be postponed. The Health Secretary criticised what he described as the BMA's militant stance and said pay demands were unrealistic. Our political correspondent Tom Sheldrick reports.
Overwork, underpaid, overwork, underpaid.
For the second time in a month, thousands of junior doctors are set to walk out in their dispute over pay. Their latest strike action will come straight after Easter, when many NHS staff are on leave, so it's warned that finding cover will be hard.
There's no doubt it's going to be a very challenging week for the NHS. We are ensuring that over the days of industrial action we're prioritising emergency care, maternity care, critical care, but there will undoubtedly be an impact on routine care.
The NHS estimates that up to 250,000 appointments and operations will be postponed as junior doctors in England strike between Tuesday and Saturday morning. Writing in The Telegraph, the Health Secretary Steve Barclay has said it is deeply disappointing that this industrial action has been timed to cause maximum disruption to both patients and other NHS staff. The union representing junior doctors says this was the first week they could strike after receiving no new pay offer. Coming straight after the Easter bank holiday weekend, do you recognise this will cause even more disruption?
So strike action is in by nature designed to cause disruption because it's to put pressure on the government to do the right thing and come to the negotiating table. We had processes set up for our 72-hour strike in March about how to do it safely, and that was through communications with high senior officials within the BMA and NHS England, and those processes will continue for our 96-hour strike.
The BMA are demanding a 35% pay rise to make up for real terms pay cuts in recent years. The Health Secretary says that's unrealistic. There's been progress in several other industrial disputes, but in this one the opposing sides still seem a long way apart. Tom Sheldrick, ITV News.
The funerals of two British-Israeli sisters shot dead in the occupied West Bank will take place later. 20-year-old Maya and 15-year-old Rina D were killed on Friday and their mother seriously injured while on a family hiking trip in the Jordan Valley. Their father described the sisters as wonderful. No group has claimed responsibility for the attack. The mother of a 9-year-old girl who was shot and killed in Liverpool has joined those pushing for a new law requiring criminals to be present at the time of sentencing. Olivia Pratt-Corbell was killed by Thomas Cashman last August. Cashman refused to appear in the dock when he was sentenced to 42 years in prison earlier this week, something Cheryl Corbell has branded as cowardly. Pope Francis has led Easter Mass in St Peter's Square in front of tens of thousands of people, a week after being discharged from hospital. Well, the Pope was hospitalised for 3 days last month after being treated for bronchitis. Today, he arrived at the altar in Vatican City in a wheelchair before leading the congregation in prayer. Here in the Archbishop of Canterbury has been leading Easter celebrations, spreading the message of hope and justice. At Canterbury Cathedral, Justin Welby took the opportunity to highlight the ongoing invasion in Ukraine.
Injustice and brutality may seem to triumph in our short lives on earth. Cruel and oppressive rulers might look as though they only get stronger, yet they will vanish. As we are surrounded by fears, even by evil, we know that those who oppress and subjugate others will face divine justice.
A new task force is being set up to crack down on the illegal sale of e-cigarettes to children. The enforcement squad will carry out test purchasing in shops to catch those selling vapes to people under the age of 18. Well, campaigners have cautiously welcomed the news. Alex Isat reports.
E-cigarettes are seen as a safer alternative for smokers looking to quit, but with their brightly coloured packaging and range of sweet flavours, it's often young people who are being tempted by the devices, which can cause devastating consequences. Ewan was 16 when he started vaping and within months had an allergic reaction and nearly died.
I spent about 7 or 8 weeks in hospital on 3 different life support machines all in all. I'm lucky to be here because I had a 20% chance to survive. I got told I'd make a full recovery, but it's been near enough 6 years now, and I'm still not the same. In my lungs, the capacity isn't very well at all. I've got joint pains all the time.
Now, in an effort to crack down on young people getting access to vapes, the government is setting up a new £3 million task force in England with new regulatory guidelines and added powers to remove products from shelves. The illicit vape enforcement squad will focus on tackling underage sales, something that campaigners have been calling for a long time.
We need to protect our children, and increasing enforcement is really important. But it's not enough. It's about making these products less affordable, less available and less appealing to children.
With a commitment to be smoke-free by 2030, the government wants to ensure safer smoking options, but only for adults. Alex Isat, ITV News.
And finally, golf's 5-time champion Tiger Woods has bowed out of the Masters due to injury just before the third round was due to restart. Well, Woods was last of the 54 remaining players on 9 over overall when play was stopped yesterday due to heavy rain in Augusta. Well, making the announcement on social media, the 47-year-old said that he had re-aggravated an injury where tissue inflammation causes pain in the heel. And that is all for now. Romilly Weeks is here with the evening news at 6:30. Until then, do enjoy the rest of your Easter Sunday. Bye-bye.